I'm back. There should be a feature on Twitch that allows you to view it in different resolutions. I believe I have that feature checked on. Let me know if it's not visible for you guys. But yeah, looking at that bomb shelter, that's a really good example of what I was talking about, where it's this fakeness. Another thing that I am trying to do is make it more dated, I guess. And I mean, you just have a couch, a table, and like bookshelves. So it's a kind of initially a little bit hard to make it look dated, but that's what I'm trying to do. In my mind, I have the idea of the set looking like something that came out of like the late 80s, like mid to early 90s. So that's what I'm currently just trying to think of. It's difficult because I know more about the 80s than I do the 90s, which is frustrating. So I guess I just gotta do some more research then. Hi, Sayla. Ah, okay, hold up. I got it. Trends of the mid 90s. Thank you. Interior design trends. Let's see. They say brass fixtures, slip covers, arch windows. Oh god, I forgot about the arch windows. Oh. Fake plants, wait, what's a wall decal? What? I don't know what that is. The table looks a bit weird. Yeah, that was my biggest thing. I think that immediately like popped out was I'm like, I don't. These tables are strange. Like they almost feel like they're side tables, but they're like put together. Um. Okay, I still don't know what a wall decal is, but whatever. The shape. Okay, I need. They just give me a list. I need images. Interior design, 1990s interior design. Okay. When you're too broke to buy a long con that's what it felt like. Um, so obviously I'll do I think that's gonna be my very first thing is to change it. Okay, I'm still struggling to find examples. Why is it so I'm just trying to find like homes in the 90s, not you know what that's what it is. 'Cause I'm looking up interior design. I need to look up homes, maybe, but inside. Oh wait, no, I'm an idiot. Living rooms. That's what it is. That's what it is. Okay, okay. Oh god, some of this stuff looks ugly as sin. Ooh. God, is this what we did before, like computers? We're gonna look at some great images of some stuff. Not that like I'm gonna do any of this, but this I genuinely don't know enough about the 90s to even say that there's a trend in it. It it's just like the 80s, but like extended out. But like I don't know. It's difficult. Also, I am trying to like just try to find stuff really quickly. You remember the Apple ones in your school? I remember the big boxy like monitors in school, but that was kind of about it. Um, yeah, I think we had Dell too. The clear. You had the clear. You had the iMac, bro. You were bougie. Wow. Okay. What the heck were the 90s interior design? Yes, this crap. Thank you. I finally found an actual image of how somebody lived back in the day. It's so difficult trying to find like design, like especially like rooms, because I feel like a lot of times when you look at like houses, you get stuff like this where it's like, yes, technically someone lives here, but that's not indicative of what most people like live in. But I want to do more of this because in my mind, V gets her ideas from television. So it would be based off of what she sees on television, not in real life. She would be so disappointed walking in this person's living room. She's like, what do you mean you don't have like a $500 worth of fake flowers? That's crazy. Wait, what? His I remember my friends getting crushed by that box TV. His ribs were squished a bit. Oh my god, that wow. Oh my god. Jesus. Okay. Ugh. Hi Tofu. Whoa, he showed you at school. That's crazy, man. Yes, Home Advisor designs 3 rooms that feature all the worst home decor trends of the past 30 years. This is exactly what I need. Okay, let's take a look at this horrific horror show. I know I don't have anything baking right now, but I'm like so nervous I left something. Oh, they're talking about wallpaper bordering. Oh, I know what that is. Yeah. Inflatable furniture. Oh, I remember that. Okay, so this is like a mashup of all the different trends. Now, I don't know what they are. This doesn't seem that bad, but I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Oh, I remember. Oh, the plastic beads. Yeah, yeah. Okay, I do want. Well, but that would no, that would not look weird, would it? Okay, maybe it would. Well, let me see how they use it in interior design. Border wallpaper ideas. We might be getting too hyper specific right off the bat, but like I don't know.
Just fuck me around.
Subtle. You can just Google top 20 and top 90s interior decoration. Yeah, that's fair. Um, God, just looking at all this stuff is absolutely insane. Cause like you can tell what's vintage versus like what's more modern because you immediately are like, oh God, that's disgusting. Like like this is something you would find at like your grandma's house. Like this crap. I oh God. Oh, like I've always liked it. There's something fascinating about how like colors and patterns be instantly dated. Like these color schemes I've never seen before. I've only seen them in like the 90s and the 80s because apparently like pastel colors they were like big back then. Why does the table look modern? Oh, yeah. Yeah, this looks like something you'd make out of like Pinterest. I really don't know. I'm skeptical about that one. Your grandma had a sparkling ceiling. What do you mean sparkling? Like it had glitter on it? If that's the case, then that's really cool. Wait, really? Oh my god, bro, your grandma was so cool back then. Oh my god. Really? Oh, you had like a carved oh, wow. Fancy. As in, wait, like, are you talking about like popcorn ceilings or? And this also brings me to a good other point where I still don't know what the interior design is for her. I kind of want it to be modern, but like modern back in the day, because I think that's kind of what, yeah, that's what I'm going for. So something, a V stream where I can communicate to a bunny that is stripped out of her mind. What do you mean? Wait, what do you mean dripped out of my mind? I don't know what that slang word means. I'm confused. Ugh. Back then, I was ignored a lot. Hey, I've genuinely, I've gotten a lot better about that. Okay. It's so tempting just to go to the 80s because the 80s, I know so much about. I know so much more about it. I don't know. It kind of just feels like the 90s were just kind of like whatever. But like the 80s were absolutely insane. I guess it's because we were just doing cocaine like every day for lunch. That is not from the 80s. I know it's not from the 80s. Maybe I don't know. The gross, disgusting pink salmon color really makes it really dated. It looks like squarish reflections or something. Oh, you're talking about the ceiling. Yeah. This is so difficult. It's so badly trying to be like it's the 80s, guys, but ugh. Okay, okay. We're combining things together. Okay. So what I'm thinking, like, basically, we need to think, what did our grandmas have, or what did our parents have that we now no longer see? So, like, these ridiculous little curtain decorations, I've never seen them before in my life. Just Frankensteining this right now, guys. Perfect. Okay. I don't know. Very likely I'm gonna not do any of this. I'm just gonna toss it. Plastic plants. Yeah, that's a good one. I do think I need a big giant plastic plant. Did you ask for a kind of baseline for your background and then you're gonna ask to edit from there? Yes, I did. What I ended up doing was I ended up showing them images of like TV sets, um, and stuff like that from like the 80s and 90s, and also I think the 2000s as well, just to give them an idea of like, okay, so this is a TV set. It's supposed to be looking like artificial, and I did also tell them I'm like I want to see the stage lights because I've always loved the idea of it, like where like yeah, if you look at it closely, like you'll see it, like you will notice how artificial it is. You saw it on a trip to your uncle's house. Okay. Yeah, something like this. I'm not sure where this would be. I guess technically, well, we could put it in the corner, I guess. She had a lot of porcelain sculptures. Oh, I could have a porcelain sculpture. Wait, are we talking about the little like God, what are they called? The like treasured memories or whatever, where it's like the little like cherubs, little tiny babies. You know? Those hands are scary. Ah! I'm scary. Thank you. I forgot I still had hand tracking on, so that's why it's tracking my lovely little hands. We're brainstorming ideas for her bed. Well, not the bedroom, but the living room. It's the just chatting screen. Make them pink. Okay, listen. Brock, I tried to make them pink, but there was no easy way to change all of it because it was like for both hands you had to change like 200 different layers individually, and there was absolutely no way I was gonna do that. I'm like, it's fine if they're slightly not the right color. Like, it's fine if they're flesh colored. I think we're gonna be fine. Her skin is purple. Yeah, it's purple. God, I just let's see what Pinterest has because sometimes Pinterest is good. Other times Pinterest is just garbage. I honestly think I might go back to using Tumblr just because Tumblr, if you found a blog that had it, you could find it really easily. Like there'd be a lot of blogs that just reposted stuff from like the 80s or the 90s or did more of like a general like decades posting stuff. Um 23 interior design. Oh, it's BuzzFeed. Oh god. I can't remember the last time I was on BuzzFeed. What about shoe racks? She doesn't have a lot of shoes. That's the thing. I feel well, I could see it. I could see it. Um, okay, what this is so frustrating because it's like I know what the 80s are like and I know what the 2000s were like, but God help me, I don't know what the 90s were like in terms of interior design. Like the 2000s were really weird. It was oh, I don't know how to describe it. It's just like there were trends that were going on that were just have aged horribly. Like they had a big trend with like the rustic uh kitchens, like the what was it? The like Tuscany kitchens. It's really bad. um oh god, I remember this. Yes, there was so much color, but it was always like pops of colors. Kind of strange. Um and yeah, candles, I think those were everywhere too. And it seemed like in the 90s, it seemed like DIY was starting to get like more and more popular, or maybe it made a comeback. I could be wrong. I probably am wrong. But like, yo, shag carpeting. Fuck yeah, bro, I want this. Give me that. Yes. I want. Okay. Shag carpeting was. I never had shag carpeting, and I miss it. I miss it a lot. You're on your PC now. Ooh, that's exciting. Still trying to find. What do I need to look up? 90s. Let's just do 90s living room, maybe? Itchy face. Yeah. Oh my god, I totally forgot about. Okay, I don't know if we'll ever show it, but like, my parents still have something like this. Like, do you remember when it was like really common to have big giant pieces of furniture just for a TV? And then you had these like side areas that were also for your physical media, and it was all like in one unit. Do you remember when that used to be like our lives? Oh my god. I keep forgetting just how insane. Yes, like this crap. Well, actually, maybe not. That's like someone's collection of all their like retro games, but like all like this. See, I barely remember the 90s because by the time it ended, I think I was like 3 or 4. We didn't have a TV hutch. We did. We still do. You're gonna disappear. Why though? Why get rid of it? It's perfect. Like, if we get rid of it, that means we're gonna have to go out and buy something new all over again. Like, we don't want that. Yes. Yes, this is a great example of what I'm talking about. Where it's the, like, TV lights and all that stuff. Like, I'm pretty sure this does not actually open to the outdoors. I'm sure it's another set. I don't know what show that's from, though. Okay. 11 fashionable 90s bedrooms from TV shows and movies. Okay, so there's oh my god, I can't say it. Clarissa? From Clarissa Has It All, I believe. Okay, I've never seen this. Cruel Intentions. Is that one of those like erotic thrillers that were like they were weirdly like trend? Oh yeah, ooh yeah, it was. Okay, okay. Bro, I can't with this bedroom. This is like way too like rich and fancy. Like, what the? They're like, I only want two colors, blue and gold. That's it. Nothing else. God, what an absolute commitment you had to make for this bedroom. Like, you could not get anything that wasn't blue or gold. I forgot about the grunge aesthetic in the 90s. Um, where it was all like kind of like rock and roll punk sort of. No, this is well, actually, no, that's too early. But hmm. I'm looking around trying to find stuff. Well, it's not a bedroom. What? How did I get off topic with bedrooms? I don't know. But I blame myself. So yeah, I just need to find some more interior design stuff. I guess. You're hungries. What are you hungies for? Those hand needs to be bunny related someday. What I would like to do is have somebody who knows how to rig up hands and make them like actually match. I don't know if Clip Studio Paint has that control. Like I don't know how advanced the tracking is for this and how advanced it is on Live 2D. Like I don't know if it tracks the hands and then the arms move um tracking the hands. I really haven't seen anyone do it because I feel like if there are hands, they just go over to 3D and they have the God, what is it called? Oh God, what is it called? They have there's that one piece of Leap motion tracker, I think, where it's you track your hands, but it's in like a 3D space. I see that a lot with 3D models, like a lot. You're just kind of hungry. I think you probably should drink water. I need to do that too. So it's all good, man. Ugh, I'm cold. Shivery. Shiver my timbers. Burr. Um, I think that's another thing I want is I want there to be some sort of TV. I just don't know where. Bundle up, bun. Yeah, I need to bundle up. I really do. Only warm buns around here. Oh. Ugh. 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 It's like I just drank some medicine I didn't like. Waving it off. That's what I'm trying to do. Oh, there's the fake fruit. There's the fake fruit. Where is it? Do you get warm and water? It's coming together, guys. We're fitting it together like pieces of a puzzle. God, some of these rooms go so fucking hard. Like God, this, you know, I wouldn't be shocked if this carpet and these papers right here, they used to all be white, but over the years and all the cigarette smoke just has turned it into this disgusting like yellow color. Ugh. No, thank you. But it also is kind of cool, I guess. At least I think it's cool. Um, okay, now I'm in like liminal space, which is also another thing I would like to explore, but I don't think it would work well with like the living room for like a just chatting screen. That would be kind of weird. Um, Whoa, bro, this image. Oh my god, bro, it's an empty mall. There's nothing in the Great American Cookies. It's all gone. Ugh, bro, this hurts me. This hurts me right now. um, this is a great image that like really showcases just how artificial it is. I I almost wonder if we could extend the window to be bigger, but have it be like there's a TV behind it and it's got like images of clouds or something. And like maybe it'll like glitch out every now and then just to show that she's like not really there. Um like she's still a prisoner, you know, but she's like trapped in there by like technology. Whoa. 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 Okay. I'm so funny. I do like the liminal space and also the dreamcore aesthetics that I see. I knew about uh what is it called? I knew about liminal spaces for ages, and I feel like dreamcore is a lot more recent. It's really similar to liminal spaces, but it's a lot more surreal and like, for lack of a better word, like trippy. Will guest stars come through those side doors like when Trash joins his avatar really come through the door? If there's a way to rig it up, I would love that. I don't know if you guys have ever seen Seinfeld, but like half of the show is them coming into Jerry's apartment and then leaving Jerry's apartment. Like that door gets so much fucking action. And I mean I wish I was that door too. So yes, that was what if there's a way to have people join and then audience cheering like a fake canned sound effect when somebody joins the like collab or whatever, that would be my dream. I've just always liked the idea of me like not me, but V being like, "Oh man, this is my next guest star." And like in my mind, V doesn't realize that this is like the internet. Maybe to some level, but she doesn't understand it, so she just defaults to it being like a show. And she would view chat as the live studio audience. Like I don't know if you've seen any like shows and they're like it's filmed in front of a live studio audience. And there's like people like clapping and cheering and all that stuff. It cracks me up. Like I remember I used to watch like game shows and they were always filmed in front of a live studio audience and they would have a camera that would show the audience. It would be so cool to be one of those to be an audience member on one of those shows. Like just to sit there and watch it. Oh, God, that'd be so cool. Like they still do game shows. And that was another idea for a stream that I thought because I'm like game shows are pretty inherently a TV medium. Like I don't really know of any like internet game shows. I mean, maybe it is, but in my mind, when I think of game show, I immediately think of television, where we would just sit our butts down and watch these game shows for like hours on end, trying to beat the contestants to see if we were better than them. Like we do that with Jeopardy, we do that with Price is Right, we would do that like with Wheel of Fortune almost. I think Wheel of Fortune that was the one where you had to guess the letters, I believe, or is that Jeopardy? I think they're really similar. But it's I get them mixed up all the time because they're probably the game shows I have watched the least. But that was an idea I really wanted to see if it was even possible to do like a game show type thing. I guess really all I would need to do is just find a digital version of those game shows and then I would be like the host and then I would have to find some willing volunteers uh to to quote unquote guest star. And then you guys would be the live studio audience. So that was that. I think right now that's my strongest idea of how do I make the streams more thematic? And I'm not talking about the art streams. I feel like the art streams are kind of separate because with the art, it's like I'm sitting there doing the work. You're gonna volunteer as tribute, okay? But right now, all of this is just an idea. I haven't sat down and like looked if there is a way to do this. I know, um, what was it? It was the Jackbox games, Jackbox, where it's got like TKO. It's got what is it like murder party quiz show or something like that, where you're like in a haunted mansion, you have to like uh guess the right questions, and if you don't, you get quote unquote murdered, like you get kicked off the game essentially. And that's probably the most accessible ones that I can think of. Plus, they're also just really good party games. Like I played them with my friends before. I've had a great time with them. So it just feels weird for me to buy games that normally somebody else would have bought because they have like friends. That makes sense. Uh, um, but that's just man. I really want to check on my caramel. I think it can wait as long as it needs to. Because the last step I gotta do is the chocolate ganache on top of my millionaire shortbread. Which, God, I really hope that caramel sets up. I'm gonna be devastated if it doesn't set up. Like, I'm gonna be sobbing. God, I love malls. God, I miss when like these were like a thing. Like there would be other people there. I miss it so much, and it's so tragic. They're just like dying out left and right. But it also makes sense. They just got oversaturated, and then the internet was born, and then internet online shopping became so commonplace. Most people would just rather buy something online than go into a store. It's tragic what happened. Okay, so what I'm on Pinterest for right now is just trying to find like decor items that would fit V. Like, just don't know how to. So I'll figure something out. It's just unfortunate because I have to go into Pinterest and I have to block all of these AI generated stuff. Not that that's not useful, but it clutters up what I'm looking for. I guess. Let me go look up retro future because that's like similar, where it's kind of like this is what we thought was going to be the future back in like the 50s or whatever, but now obviously it's not. But it's become an aesthetic of its on its own. Like it's very modern, but it was that's what I gotta do. I'm gonna look up 80s modern. I think that's gonna get me where yeah. Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Mm-hmm. Again, it might feel a little sterile, but that's just because it's modern. Like something where we thought it was cool, but now, I mean, it's still cool, but you're like, this isn't that cool. But I mean, it's also just hard to be like, I don't know how to describe it. Okay, so again, this is like a beach house, but like that's what I'm thinking. Like, imagine if all of this was just a TV screen, or like multiple TV screens, or like some sort of projection. It's also unfortunate because there's like this one Instagram account or TikTok account where all they do is make AI generated liminal space 80s inspired images, which for me, I mean, for you guys, that's a really small niche, but for me, that's like half of what I see, and I have to hide every single pin because they're reposted by multiple accounts. Like, you can't just block the original account, there's still plenty of other stuff. Do I want it to be modern? What I kind of want it to be is that there's like, I almost want her. No, that'd be weird if she was obsessed with the outside, but like maybe she's got like a bunch of plants. I don't know. I knew when I got to this point I was gonna take some time to figure out what it was that I really wanted. Like, I knew it was just gonna take me some time to figure this out. Again, I don't know if these images are real or not, but some of them feel more real than others. I keep seeing that one account. I always go to the original person that's posting it and I block them because it's like I don't want to see this anymore and I don't want to see this pin. Yeah, if you could do that, that'd be absolutely fantastic. I'm just struggling because I knew my biggest challenge was going to be figuring out an aesthetic that would fit her. In my mind, I want her to be like she was technologically forward in like the 80s and 90s, but like now it's not. Like, what would have been cutting edge back in the, maybe not like super cutting edge, but like I don't. I'm even now. I'm like struggling. I'm going back and forth in my head just because I really don't know what I want. Oh my god. Sorry, this must be in like Japan or something. Maybe it's not Japan. I don't know. It's like a bath. And then there's like a tile mural, and then there's like fish down here. That's adorable. Okay, that's really cute. Sorry, I saw that and I was like, oh my god. Sorry, I'm looking at every now and then I might find a photographer I really like. Um there have been some good photographers that have done similar stuff where like they'll go into like office buildings and they'll take like really stilted photos, if that makes sense. Like, they're very staged and artificial, but there's a lot of inspiration to be taken from that. Although God help me, I don't know any of the photographers' names. But I just every now and then I'll see something. I'm like, what is that? And it's like a photographer, and they get like really into it. Where do you want me to post your results? Put them in the art channel. That would be the best. My best advice. The best channel to post it in. That took me ages to think about what I was actually gonna say. My God. We're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere with where it being like artificial. Yeah. These are just images that have really good vibes of what I'm talking about. Like this is obviously like a wallpaper mural or something like that, and then this is like a curtain. But combined they look really off and like unsettling, I guess. I'm struggling to find examples. It's like it's not necessarily that it's on the tip of my tongue, it's that I can't figure out what that taste is. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to hunt down something. I have a feeling once I find it, I'll be like, that's what it is. Like I'll be like, that's her aesthetic. But right now I kind of don't. Like I know that her aesthetic is like retro, but like what kind? Like, there's plenty of different trends and all that. Like there's even back in the day there were that's what I need to do. That's what I got to do. 80s aesthetics. Although that might just get me 1980s aesthetic. Okay, well, um, there was the Memphis design aesthetic, which that's like think of like stereotypical 80s. Like think of like Saved by the Bell. That is just pure Memphis design. It's really geometric. It it's very playful. It's very bright, very colorful, very modern, which could work because that's kind of what she is. I'm not saying we do something like this insane, but just like little hints and nods to it. Um, but I also could be like, okay, well maybe she's. God, this is difficult. This is so difficult. I don't know. There's the grunge aesthetic. That's definitely not her. That's way too like edgy and like in your face alternative. Too much black. Um what the heck is this Gen X soft club? Apparently that's a thing. Okay, that looks so similar to like the Y2K. Ah, okay. Now I know what it is. Yeah. Yeah, I can see it. God, it's so good to look at all these images and you're like, now I get it. Like it's I'm barely understanding. I don't it's so specific, I don't really consider it an aesthetic, but that's just me. But maybe it's because it's not like there's like furniture for it. But I don't know, maybe we'll find it. No, there's stuff out there. Okay. No, there is. Okay. Yeah, okay. I lied. There is. It's really similar to Y2K, but slightly different. I don't it's hard to explain like what it is. It's called the Gen X Soft Club. It says contrary to the contemporaneous Y2K aesthetic, it says models in the editorial fashion and artist market were much more natural. Okay. Okay, so it's more okay. Yeah. It seemed like futurism combined with urbanism combined with like minimalism, if that makes any sense. It's it's really tricky. It's like it's clean. Um, it's like clean aesthetics, but that's I don't. What do I want? I might just be like, screw this aesthetic crap and just go with an ordinary like house. This is difficult. Oh my god. Hold up, there's an entire aesthetics category. Oh my god, wait, this is a thing? Oh my god. Dollar store vernacular? Oh my god, I didn't know this was like a thing! Oh, I got so happy. Look at the I've always been like, man, there's gotta be an aesthetic for and there is. It's like the crappy, shitty stuff that you would see at like the fairs or like cheap graphic design. Yes. I also really like this. This style is really fun for me. It scratches an itch where I feel like it says it's okay to suck. Like that's totally fine. I don't know, there's something kind of heartwarming about it. Like it is cheap, don't get me wrong, but like it's okay. Like you don't have to try that hard. Someone will figure it out. Eco beige. Oh god. Oh god, this is disgusting. No. There's way too. There's way too much stuff. Um, Electro. This is so specific. Some of it I can't tell if it's supposed to be more like for different. Well, it looks like a TV set or something. Yeah. Yeah. Oh I'm so, oh my, oh, you have no idea how happy this makes me to find all of these images that I've had in my head for ages that I'm like, man, these all look really similar. The festival marketplace, I know exactly what they're talking about. I know exactly what they're, yes, it's like the weird font with the funky colors we never see paired up together at all. Also, God, look at what there's a Burger King sign followed by a ginormous floating hot dog and an even bigger slice of pizza. Yes, please. Again, you can clearly tell there's a lot of inspiration from the Memphis design over here. Um, Again, it's so specific, but I have seen images before, and I'm like, man, these are kind of similar. Like where it was a lot of like checkerboard patterns, a lot of not a whole lot of like color here and there. It was more white, but they did a lot of stuff like repeating patterns. Let's see. Yeah, updated and simplified, colorful celebratory form, popularly used in namesake festival marketplace style shopping center. So it says serif fonts, dots or other simple shapes between the letters, picnic checkerboards, balloons, banners, flags, confetti, diamonds, festival cards, circular logos, and remixes of various older American advertising vernacular. God, this makes me so happy. Yeah, God, because I've seen stuff like this, and I'm like, there's gotta be a name for it. But I couldn't figure. Now I get it. Again, you see, there's like, oh, there's the star, and then it's like, here's the circular thing, and there's that serif font. It's such a minor aesthetic, but my I know. God, I know. God, this is like learning how to like walk or whatever. Like no, this is like learning another language and you're actually able to put words into other things. I remember those square glass balls. I do too. God, those square glass balls were so fun. Those were so fun. This makes me so happy to find this entire thing. Oh my god. And Y2K, I really like the Y2K aesthetic. but it's too clean. It's too like modern. I don't know how to describe it. You posted one on Discord, and I've seen it already. Okay. And one thing I do wonder is that there are there's a lot of like what I don't understand about these aesthetics is were they inspired like did they consciously get together? I mean, there's no way. I don't think they consciously got together. God, this stuff is so good. The best products, buildings, bro, those went so fucking hard. What the best store was it was a series of I think department stores that were known for having crazy storefronts. This is an example of one. This was at like one of their grand openings, so it's intentionally designed to have a crack in the wall. And then they for the grand opening they had balloons and they all went out. And oh, it's so fun. Um, I by the way I had no idea this even existed. Yeah, here's another example of the best store where it's like this. I don't know if it's a theme or if these were just two examples, but they did this like crumbling facade, so you could see like the glass interior. It's such a cool design. If there's any buildings that are still out there, I would love to go visit one just to see it in person. But apparently, there's a whole aesthetic for it. Again, super hyper specific. I can't think of any other example at all. But apparently it was called Pomo Faux Ruins again, where it's this like intentionally fake, it's ruined aesthetic, but that's like the point. Like here's a really I love this image is fascinating to me. Again, this is that same sort of fake thing. Again, fakeness. We got fake sky with the lights, and then what I love what they did with this is they like intentionally like chopped one of the columns in half, but they made it floating. I think that's a really fun idea. But it's so specific. I can't think of any other like areas in which that's like a thing. And I will check it out. I'm just looking at God, the pastel southwestern. Oh, this stuff hurts me. Oh god. Oh god, no. No, this can't be a McDonald's. This has to be in like New Mexico or someplace where it's the like that Pueblo architecture. They changed the arches to be turquoise so it like blends in with the architecture. Like what the heck? But yes, I know exactly what they're talking. It's that like pastel color and it's like they take a lot of inspiration from like traditional like tribal patterns of like the American Southwest and they put it into stuff like right here this carpet. They used a lot of geometric forms for their stuff, so they're repeating that same form throughout. Also these again stepped uh ceiling again geometric form repeating. You see a lot of these geometric forms repeating even in the couches. It's just a lot of repeating patterns like over and over again. Plus, also the fact that the colors are all kind of more earthy, it really lends it to look more southwestern. Like you feel dry when you look at this, if that makes sense. God, this makes me so happy to find this website. I finally am like, yes, now I know what we're talking about. Ooh, I'm looking at the image that you just sent me. Zombie, thank you so much. No, I've never seen these. Like this is really good. I really do want to have like a floral like couch. I think that'd be funny. Um, where it's this like disgusting floral. Um, I couldn't spell the word floral. I was struggling. What? Oh no, what? Not this couch? I like that couch. Mm-mm. There's something so like disgust not disgusting, but like appalling yet fascinating how trends are born and then they die. Like I remember in like the 2010s, it was all about like bacon and what was it? Mustaches and bicycles and hipsters. Those were such a big thing back in the day. um Kind of good one from the 60s. Yeah, that's another thing is I don't know how much of this stuff I'm gonna be. If I'm a movie guy, I can't speak. If how much of this stuff it's gonna be from other decades, but I think that's what I want to do because I don't want it to what am I trying to say? I don't want it to look like the aggressive 80s ones where like you type in the 80s bedroom and they just show you the modern interpretation of the 80s where it was all about the fun crazy patterns and the neon colors and the old TVs and the gaming consoles that were becoming popular at the time. But like that wasn't really indicative of how most people like lived in the 80s if that made sense. Like where they smash all of the cool stuff in one single image. It's overwhelming. It's like okay, nobody really lived like that. If that makes sense. Oh yeah. Yeah, the stuff you're showing for is more like 60s, um, which is very similar, I feel like, to the no, to the 50s, but like, I don't know how to. It's difficult to describe an entire decade's worth of trends, and you're like, how do you describe what the 60s look like versus what the 50s look like? Oh God, Jesus Christ! This image you posted in Discord where it's the egg chairs. That's aggressively 70s. Like this color palette, this like burnt orange color palette, absolutely 70s. Where I feel like the 70s, that's when we were trying really hard to be modern. Like you see here, these are sleek chairs. You know, they got four legs and they're made out of metal, so they look really sleek. Like it was moving away from decoration and more about like the functionality. I think there's that what's that one saying? It's like form over function or function over form. Um, we were really moving away from that. At least in this image. I forget what the 70s looked like, but the 70s, how do I say this? I don't mean to be rude to an entire like decade, but the 70s were awful. The 70s were disgusting. The 70s were horrible. It was like we were hungover and we still clung. Like how it It felt like the awkward growing pains of, like, puberty, but it was that for 10 whole years. Let me see if I can do interior design. Like, we were obsessed with, like, oranges and greens, but, like, in shades that, like, don't look good. Let me see if I can find something. Again, when you look up the 70s, you'll get, like, insanely retro rooms, but I'm like, I'm just looking for, like, retro stuff. Like, it was all about, like, shapes and lines. It was very modern. Like, they were really trying to be modern, but it felt so wrong. Oh god. The bell bottoms and the hair and the mini skirts and the, like, go-go boots. Absolutely not. No. It's too much, man. You found the table from your background. Oh my god, there it is! Oh my god, I thought you were jerk. Oh my god. Why in the world did you ever have a table like this? That cracks me up. But again, look how modern that fireplace looks. It's so clean. It's so sleek. But yeah, they did a lot of like dusty well, maybe not dusty, but they did a lot of like muted more earth tones. Like avocado green, this like harvest gold. What else? Like this like bright burnt orange. I don't know why we were suddenly obsessed with the oranges and yellows. And also wood grain. I feel like wood grain was still very much a thing in the 70s. I don't know. I guess we just wanted to really live in a modern treehouse, but we were limited by our own houses. So we're like, well, that's the closest thing that we could get. So I don't know. It's weird time. Weird time. Just want to like, wouldn't that be, wouldn't that be funny if I like contacted an interior designer? I was like, hey, so this isn't like a real room, but I need some help. And then I would just, wouldn't that be funny if in character I was like, um, yeah, I just don't like current things. I don't want anything current, but I don't want anything that looks like banged up. Like I don't want antiques, you know, like. But I want color. You know, I like color. Color is great. Um, I just what I'm still struggling to figure out is like what statement does she want to put out for this? Like, you know, and like what am I trying to say? Like in sitcoms, they're like, oh, here's the main character's bedroom, and you read it and you instantly are like, oh, this guy is put together, or this gal is wacky and crazy. I guess I just don't know her that well, so that's part of the issue. Although I would kill to have some neon lights. God, I would love to just. I really just wish I could go back to the 80s. I know I would hate it because unfortunately the internet wasn't a thing and I would never be able to talk to you guys, but it would be cool. Like, it would just be nice to experience what I can only experience through, like magazines. There's that goddamn bowl of fruit again. God, I have such a soft spot for the 80s, and I really don't know why. There's just something so cozy about it. Whoa. Bro, that bed is so cool. I know this is a bed and not like a thing, but like, whoa. This is so whoa. It's a platform bed that looks like it's floating because of the lights. Oh, that'd be so cool. Whoa. Whoa. That would be awesome. What if it was like a house inside of a house and that's what she was like trapped in or something? Like, what if it was like a big studio set, but in the set there were smaller sets, and that was her like house, quote unquote. Apparently, this is like a real image, by the way, which is insane to think about. Although, yeah, you can tell those are real because they're getting brown in the end. Which that's the only way I can tell if something's real. It's like if the plant is real or not. If it's got uh, brown stuff on the tips. Stuff. Oh, this looks so cool. Ugh. What about that? Little I can see it. I can see it. It's all about those plants, man. Absolutely. I also really just love like the vaporwave aesthetic. I mean that's honestly I think my biggest um what is it? My biggest inspiration is honestly just vaporwave because I like vaporwave because it's like I don't know, it's just cool. You just wouldn't understand. Okay. Okay, I'm still struggling to figure this crap out. I don't think I'm gonna get it tonight, but like I'd like to. Yeah. Oh no, I'm just on my phone. I'm sorry. I don't know if the tracking was glitching out. I'm doing all right, man. No, I was checking to see what the next steps were for the what is it called? God, what is it called? The next steps for the baking, the baking, that stuff that I was gonna do. Yeah, that stuff. God, I want this so bad. I'm sorry. I'm looking at the stuff and I'm like, I just want this. If I could just live like this forever, I think I'd be okay. Like the there is just something that really it's like a deep scratch. Like someone's scratching my head and I'm just like, "Yes, give me more of it." This is just random stuff on Pinterest, by the way. Like this stuff if I ever did like a merch line, which I would like to think that one day I'd get big enough where like people would want my face on things or something like that, I would definitely be doing it in this sort of aesthetic. But I also want to try to make it not super obvious that like you're wearing merch, if that makes sense. Like, I mean, not that I have that many people, but like, you know, maybe one day when I do, it'll be like a calling card. If someone like recognizes it, they'll be like, "Oh, I know what that is." And they're like, "Really?" I'll be like, "Yeah." There's just something so nice about just the color palettes that were big at the time. I don't know how to describe it. It's just, it's like a warm digital modern hug. I just never want to let go from it. It's so cool. But it's not, like, it's cheesy, but it's cool, if that makes sense. Where they're not trying to be like, whoa, the 80s were the greatest decades of all time. But they're just like, this is cool. We like these images. Let's make an aesthetic out of it. And they're like, yeah. Like it's a lot of inspiration from like the 80s and the 90s, but there's a lot of like it's more just about the aesthetic appreciation rather than like the nostalgia factor of it. I think that makes it a lot more enjoyable for me because that's kind of how I view it. Like I wasn't alive in the 80s, unfortunately. So I don't have any nostalgia from that era, but like I really like the stuff I see from that era. I just want to find more stuff. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go finish up what I need to right now, and then I'll come back. I don't expect to figure out what I want tonight, but I do need to think of something because if I don't, I'm gonna be here for like 5 years, just stuck on what a background for one of the many layouts, like what they are. If that makes sense, and I don't want to be stuck like that, you know. But zombie, it's gonna be okay. Oh, look! I finally have you here. Don't leave me. Don't leave me. Well, you got YouTube. Does that not count? Does that not count for anything? Um, I do need to finish it up because my mom is leaving tomorrow, and that's what I'm making it for. So I gotta do something. Please don't get sad. Okay, okay. I will be back really, really quickly. Okay, just don't miss me too much. Please don't miss me. You're gonna be okay. You're a big, strong young boy who's learning how to drive a little big truck. Ugh, I'm so funny. I will be back soon. Hop to it, hippity hop. I be hippity happening on something else that starts with the D. That's 4 letters long. You're like, yeah, and what else? Keep going. You know, don't stop. What I was getting, you were getting me. Okay, now I'm going. Okay, I'm gonna I'm gonna be back eventually. Just give me a second. Gremlin, yeah, people have said that before. Okay, I'm gonna go make my ganache, and then I'll be back. So give me like 20 minutes. So if you guys got something to do, go do it. Okay. I'm back. I don't know if anyone's still here. Um, well, my shortbread, my millionaire shortbread is a complete disaster. Nothing set up. I pulled it out of the pan. I cut it up into little like squares, and it's just not good. Like when you cut into it, everything just gushes out. Ugh. I'm just upset. So I chucked it in the freezer, and I'm hoping that overnight maybe it'll like get better, but I really don't think so, and I'm just so sad. Oh well. I'm just upset. Anyway, I'm just gonna go. I'm upset. Bye, guys.